Hello. I guess this video is a little bit, first of all, sort of major cotton mouth. Coffee is not probably the best thing to be drinking with that. I should probably be drinking water. But I was going to say that this video is, I guess, different, but just a little bit different. Something happened. Well, actually, I feel like a lot of things happened. I'm not too sure when the last time I did one. I think it was before I got the job, and I got the job. Oh my gosh. So hello, today is June 23, Friday, 23. So yes, I got the job. I am the new, it turned into 111 at the time as soon as I looked at it and said I got the job. I know that this is going to be just good moves. I really want to talk about, I don't know, I feel like so many things happened really fast, in a good way. And I was telling Ari that last night that I try not to let myself get overwhelmed by how much good is happening. He was saying how I'm used to, well, obviously he's heard me and understood a lot of where I'm coming from. So when he says this, I know what he's talking about, of how I'm used to the chaos. That's almost where I feel comfortable when things are, I don't know, I hate my job, or I don't want to do this. Things with my parents are not good, or I don't know, my family, or things with Ari, or just the everyday mundane, I guess, little, in terms of how life just has its ups and it has its down moments. Not everything is always just, I guess, good. And that's something that I really struggle in taking in. It's a thing that I know, obviously, I know that, but I do struggle having to remind myself every so often that the downs are okay, but the ups too. And I think I'm always so used to being in the, so let's say the good, the normal, we're content, we're chill, and the bad, let's just keep it simple. And it feels like for the longest time, and I want to say that trauma based on just lengthy times, long periods of time, and I guess upbringing and just lengthy times, for the most part, I'd say it was kind of going from bad to the content. And every so often it would hit the good, but not so much. So, or maybe as soon as I hit the good, it would come back down. That's what it seemed like. Obviously, too, I'm growing up, and that's also something that I need to remind myself that I haven't experienced any of this, including life. I haven't been 30 years old ever, so this is my first time doing it. So, of course, things are not obviously all good. And even when I say that, what does that really mean? Financially, I guess everything. And even financially, I have a beautiful apartment. Thankfully, things are getting paid. We're eating. We always have food. I sometimes probably don't want to eat that food and rather eat outside, but we have food, not necessarily struggling. My beautiful car, Ari has his beautiful car, and we have enough money for gas in it. So my parents are good, my brother, his baby. So we're good. So that too, I also have to remember, why am I always trying to be like, oh my gosh, things aren't good, because it's like, no, nothing's ever gonna be all good. Even right now, I can say that life feels really good. And I could still probably mention one or two things that are stressing me out. Not, or I wouldn't even be like, oh, not even bad, because some of them are a little bit. The health of some grandparents that I love so much that, oh, I don't want to think about it. But there's things that are still happening, while things are also collectively being really good. With that, it reminds me of a college friend acquaintance recently just lost their dad, and it's just, I don't know, I can't process what that must feel like. And with Natalie, she was mentioning how she's also pregnant and they're really happy, and I think she was due today, so how they're seeing that as a full circle moment, which is so beautiful. And it's true, life, unfortunately, that's just how it is. And I don't mean it just in those senses, but just in general, things, I guess, are just moving along. And it just matters putting in the work. I got the job. I have my own office. It's almost crazy. It's too whoa. I don't know. I can't even explain it. To think that I got almost, I was going through my pictures and I saw when I was building or choosing my desk for the barbell office, and I was so proud of that. It was my first desk, and now I have my first office, and it's like an office. I was planning on recording there today, but the moment didn't arise, and it's kind of really quiet there, and I was really tired, and I actually had work to do, so focused on that. Aside from that, what's it called? Sorry. I just mentioned work and I was like, I should probably go check that. So I don't want to get too caught up right now. It's the first week, but things are really exciting with that. It's just crazy. Full circle moment with that too. I was telling Natalie how I can't imagine what the Anna that got really bad grades at CSUN to know that has her own office in. It's almost like what? That's insane. And anyway, in the beginning of the right now recording, I also mentioned how this video was going to be a little bit different, and that's only because I ended up telling Ari about the videos, and I hadn't told anyone. I kept saying that I was going to start posting them and my whole idea with it. Secretly, I let it go with the flow 'cause I don't know, I was just so embarrassed about it, but I told them, and it almost felt so, I don't know, it felt really good. So I think what I mean by this video being a little bit different is that I feel like I'm more aware what of my intention that I want to do with them. So I think just that feeling of being aware of the camera, assuming I'm looking at the camera directly. But well, I think it's been, I don't know if I said it last time, but I think I just really did grow finally, or know what I want to do. I don't know. I finally went, he was so encouraging with the fact that I should post them. And my intention with it, I told him when I started recording them, I started as just a venting thing. I didn't really plan on creating a channel or anything like that. But the more I did it, and this is up until recently, I started realizing how therapeutic it was every single time. And to be honest, I just wanted to journal my progression because I don't know, I felt so dark in those early times that I knew deep down that I was going to get out of it. And I knew that when I did get out of it, I wanted to still have a memory of what happened. Because I felt like everything was happening so fast that it felt like I was literally losing track of time. And that is how it started freaking me out in general. Time. I don't know. And I think now I started medicine. I would say it's gonna be, I think 2 weeks, maybe. I think it's gonna be 2 weeks now. And no, I don't know, it's probably a week. I think it's a solid week. And I love them. I know they haven't done its full effect, probably it says till 3-4 weeks or more, but I definitely feel a difference. And I just feel like happy to be alive. The fact that this opportunity arose, the fact that things are really good with me and Ari, and we're gonna go see a very potential venue, just me and him tomorrow, and tomorrow's our month anniversary. So I don't know, I feel like I have so many good things right now. Oh my god, I know I'm basically talking all over the place right now. I did take a hit, so I know that my thought process is a little bit crazy right now, but I just feel so happy to be alive. And I was telling Ari yesterday how I watched, with his motivation, I finally went through my phone and picked out all the clips that I had in general, since I started and put them all into one folder. And then so like I saw some of the early ones because I didn't remember really how it really started. I remember why, but I didn't remember which one was the first one or what I was doing that made anything. And so I went back and it just triggered a lot. And I told him that it's because the things I'm saying of in the trenches, it felt that was in my head. I remember it. And it feels foreign now. Whereas a couple maybe months ago before I started therapy, it felt like I still was struggling to get to the other side. And I knew it, but it was like I still wasn't good. And I told him that I wouldn't, I don't know if I can fully say, oh, I'm completely better, but that I could successfully at least 90% be able to say that I'm really happy to be alive. And I can't really think of that anymore and stand it. Or I stand it back. I'm not there anymore. I recognize that I'm not there anymore, and that feels really good. And if anyone were to ever come across videos and feel like they relate it, and I told them that it just feels like, I think my only hope is that it's worth sticking around to find out what happens in life, because things happen fast. And I started therapy at the end of, I think, January or February, I'm not sure, but it was really bad back then. And I remember feeling so nervous right before the appointment, and here we are in June, ending June, but 5 months in, and I have my own office at CSUN. It was so, like, things happen fast, and it all matters all the work you put into it and not giving up, and it's good. Life is good. I'm posting back on Instagram a little bit more, but I definitely am. And I think sharing this with Ari made me feel so much closer. I don't know, just good things happen. Oh, also, I don't know when I'll actually go through with putting the videos on. I really want to, but wait there yet. But wait.